Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Chris with Titan Repairs here. So before we get into today's project, I wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping. And I know it's been quite a few months since I've uploaded any kind of videos. And it's not that I've forgotten about my channel here. Now what basically happened was I got into video game repairs after I got laid off from my previous job. So during the pandemic, being stuck inside all day, I got into repairs to kind of keep my mind occupied, and then it naturally migrated to making a YouTube channel to share what I learned and hopefully help other people out there. So a lot has happened within the last few months, and a lot of very positive stuff, nothing negative. But what's been going on with me is I've been wanting to kind of focus a lot of my energy onto this new aspect of my life. So the video game console repairs have kind of taken a little bit of a back burner, and anytime I did have time to sit down and work on game consoles, I'm so backed up I basically was trying to fix them and get them out the door. So I'm in a much better place now, and I would like to get back into at least somewhat regularly uploading YouTube videos. So I can't guarantee right now when I'm going to be uploading. So if you do like this content, please subscribe. And make sure you hit that notification bell, because no matter when I upload, YouTube should hopefully send out a notification on when I upload new content. All right, with that housekeeping out of the way, let's move into today's project. All right, so for today's project, what we are going to be doing is, this is actually my personal controller. I've had this controller pretty much since the beginning of me having my PS3 back in 2009 or 2010, I want to say. Now this one actually is a Frankenstein controller. The model number is CECHZC2UA1. That's what it says on the label, but that's actually not correct. I actually had two blue controllers, and they both broke. The shell on the original one cracked and I couldn't get it back together. But then my A1 controller, which is the shell of this one, that completely stopped working. So I had a good shell from one, but bad internals for the other, so I combined them together. Now, what's interesting is the two circuit boards are not compatible with each other, so like they won't fit in each other's shell. So I ended up actually modifying the shell of my A1 controller and putting in the non-A1 circuit board inside. And I wish I had a video of that. Maybe one day I can get two junk controllers, I can show you how it's done, but it is possible. Once you cut away enough plastic and once you put the circuit board in, it actually becomes pretty obvious what needs to be cut out. It works great, and I've been using this controller for about 5 years now since I've done that. But there is one glaring problem. Now, I used to be able to game with the DualShock 3 for about 8 hours without charging it. Maybe a little bit more, I don't remember exactly, but now, if I game for like 2 or 3 hours, this thing goes dead and I have to use my backup controller, which also can only get about 2 hours. So the batteries are shot on them, and given the age of these things and how often you recharge them and whatnot, I mean, lithium-ion batteries have a finite lifespan. So here in 2021, it's a very good bet that your battery is going to be pretty toast. But the good news is you can order a new one. Now I ordered a 2-pack actually for $15 from Amazon, so now I can replace the batteries on both my controllers, and as a nice added bonus, it came with the charging cable. Not that I need it, but it's a nice little added bonus to have handy. So the project today is we're going to be replacing the battery in these controllers, and I'll point out differences between the models if I can, because in my experience I noticed 3 different main models, and sometimes the batteries aren't even compatible. This one should work in this controller since it's the old style circuit board, but the A1, what I remember, the battery has a piece of plastic on it that goes into a notch in the circuit board, and I mean it'll still work, but you might have to do a little bit of modification. Alright, so let's open this up and show you how it's done. All right, so the tools you're gonna need for this: screwdriver. That's pretty much it. So the size I'm using on this is PH0. So the first step you're gonna do is, you probably don't have this, but I have the charging station. So I'm gonna take the thingy off. If you can get your hands on one of those, they work awesome. All right, so on the A1, and I think all of them actually, you got 5 screws. Just gonna take them out. All right, now with the screws out of the way, I'm just gonna pop open the shell. I usually just stick my fingers in, kind of work it around. You can squeeze a little bit, and then boom, pops right off. Now you're gonna wanna be careful here because these triggers, they pop off so easily. I'm not gonna lie, DualShock 3 is one of my least favorite controllers to work on. Except this one came apart quite easily. All right. So that's what we're after. That's it. All right, so now the next thing is, we gotta get this out of the package. Yeah, you go out of the way. Instruction. Dismantle the PS3 wireless controller screw out. Open the bottom cover of the PS3 wireless controller. Change PS3 wireless controller battery. Close the bottom cover, then fasten the screw. There's actually 5 of them, but okay. When PS3 wireless controller has power off, you can use USB charge cable. Insert the USB port on the console or computer, then insert the other end to PS3 wireless controller. It can prolong the using time of the PS3 wireless controller. Okay. Useless instructions. Cable seems okay. I mean, about the standard you would expect for a freebie. Actually, the batteries look quite similar to each other. Are they the same model number or anything? Yeah, I mean, they almost look identical. All right, cool, let's put this in. So all you're really gonna do at this point is remove it, comes out, take the new one, plug it in, the other way? It goes the other way. Can only go in one way, so you can't screw this up. Yeah, I had it upside down. Eh. Come on. It's kind of tight. Connections are the same. Why won't it go in? Wait, there we go. Oh man, that was tight. Tight fit. All right, then you just put it back in its seat right there. And then we're just gonna put the back cover back on. All right, so before we put it back together, I wanted to show you the original circuit board that came out of this controller before modifications. So this is it. You can notice that before, the other one has this kind of plastic holder here, and that's just like a cradle that holds a battery in, and that's attached to the circuit board. I think it's removable, but I've never tried. So basically what we got here is, now this is the original battery with it too. Like I said, I always kind of keep spares around. So how this one goes in is it fits into these holes on the circuit board. And this is the A1 circuit board model. Now you might be able to find the battery that fits on this on Amazon. I haven't been able to find it, but you might be able to find it on like eBay or something. So try to get that if you can. Otherwise, when you put it back together, the battery might be flopping around. I'll have to experiment with it. And when I get another A1 controller that I can fiddle with, I'll probably make another video on if I come up with a solution for it. So that's just something to be aware of when you're looking for new batteries. All right, now all we have to do is just put it back together. So basically take the shell. I'll do this opposite of how I usually do it so I can show you my method of doing it without screwing everything up. Because this is where I always tend to pop the triggers off. All right, just gotta gingerly get them underneath. It's a little awkward for me because I usually do this facing away from me, but whatever. The battery's gonna move around. Just is what it is. I really do not like the DualShock 3 design. So the buttons pop out and stuff. There we go. Click together. Let's double check. If it feels a little spongy, if like the buttons feel spongy, you gotta take it all back apart, but everything's clicking as it should. But because this controller's been opened a lot and modified, everything's kind of popping apart. All right, so I'll set this to some music and I'll see you on the next part when we test this. Not a moment of truth. Will it charge? This thing's gotten finicky over the years. There it goes. Awesome. We'll let that charge for a little bit and we'll see if it actually works. All right, so let's see if this controller works. And also, this is Maya. She's the director of this show. She really wanted to be in on the last shot. All right. Perfect. All right, so yeah, that's that on this video. Very simple job to do. Anybody can do it. And yeah, just takes a few minutes of your time to take it apart and put the new battery in. So thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please give this video a thumbs up. And please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get notified of any future videos that I do. Like I said, I don't know how often I'll be putting videos up, but hitting that notification bell ensures you won't miss it. And if you have any comments about this project or even suggestions for future projects, please leave a comment below. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in on the next one. I did not put the microphone on. Yeah, that's a nice shot of my crotch. Oh, hi, cat. You're ruining the shot. The controller works. Maya. Can I shoot my YouTube video? I know you want to be a YouTube star, but can I shoot my YouTube video? I guess I'll do another take. You wanna sit on my lap while I do this? Okay. Yeah, sit down. You are not cooperating. Maya. Can you just sit nicely? I'll give you all the pets you want after I do this outro.